It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Dallas Cowboys on Monday night.
It's a stadium so big you can easily spot it flying in to Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. Welcome, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward calling this contest for you. And right now, we're putting the secondaries on notice because we have a couple of wide receiver rooms, not just dudes, rooms that can test every level of a defense.
Yeah, it's more than just the headliner, right? We know the top options, but for these offenses, it's the depth at the wide receiver room that's such a big deal. If you overcommit to the biggest playmaker, a couple other players, well, they could hit you down the field just as easily. And with how both offenses love to mix up their routes and looks in the passing game, you better buckle up in the secondary.
Ready to get this game started. Here's John Parker Romo. And off we go from Dallas. Kick taken in here at the 17. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Following the kick return, we've got somebody shaken up. So we're going to get a stoppage here as he's attended to. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Prescott opening with a pass. And his first pass falls incomplete. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Throwing again is Dak. This one caught by C.D. Lamb. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Dak out of the pistol. And a man is there to knock that away. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now it's 2nd down.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Here's a give up the middle. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. There he goes on the right side. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. So we start our game off with a touchdown, Brock, but not on the side of the scoreboard that we were expecting.
Yeah, first drive on defense, the goal is to get off the field, maybe even flip the field with field position. But to score points yourself, that's not something they honestly considered too much. That is until he started that return, baby. And they saw things lining up perfectly for it to happen.
John Parker Romo out to try the point after. Fields it and starts the return from the end zone. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. And he has it up to the 9-yard line before going down. Could have been 7 if they'd tried the point after, but instead, they only call on him to boot this away. Short kick here, fielded at the 17. Dallas sending its offense out for the second time this game. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. First and 10 now from the 30. Simple dive up the middle. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Dak now from the gun. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
First and 10 from the 41. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
First and 10, Prescott. And oh, he drops it. He had all the space in the world. Brock, he got behind the defense, and he just looked away before he brought it in. A big missed opportunity. No luck finding his receiver that time. So 2nd down coming up. Prescott here from the gun. Throw secured by Brandon Cooks. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today, because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So 4th down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. This is going to be a tough one, 55 yards away. It's no good. He needed more leg, and he sent it too far right. And they fail to cut the lead in half. It stays at 6.
So in the end, the armchair quarterbacks, Kate, are going to tell you the more aggressive-minded play caller would have been correct. It would have been a better decision to go for it as they come up with nothing from that field goal try.
So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. They're going play action. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Could not beat the defender there. And now they face 2nd down.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. First carry here for Aaron Jones. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. They get 13 on the pickup. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a 1st with some room to spare.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Staying on the ground with Jones. And defenders are there to get him at the line. It was Osa Odigizua in on the tackle. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against him. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
2nd and 10 now. Grabbed by Jordan Addison. Decent gain here, but short of the first. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Making a really close measurement to see if he got the first down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Catch is made in close. And he's going to have the touchdown. We'll see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Wrong time to get caught for holding. Backed him up as they'll retry this 1st and goal. Running it after the penalty. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, it was bad enough that the previous run went backwards. You've got to have balance in this league. I mean, you really do. There's no chance offensively to find sustained success unless you present run and pass to a defense. And right now, this defense is owning your run game.
They'll try the right side with Akers. And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. Only 3 yards. They're going to need a much bigger play than that on a lengthy 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete.
Well, that was all about the eyes. You've got to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender and make sure you know where that throw is going, and when it does, you got to react and knock it away. That is well done.
So on 4th down, out comes John Parker Romo for the Vikings field goal. This is a 35-yard look from the right hash. He's going to take this one from the end zone. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. And this one gets up to the 14-yard line before he's stopped. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. They left a few on the table there last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal try that missed the mark. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And it's going to be 2nd down. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big...
Oh, the football's loose. And it's a turnover. The defense has it.
Well, sure, you're looking to try to get a first down on second down. You're trying to create a manageable third down, but I'll tell you what you're not trying to do, ever, is give the ball away. And that's what the offense does to the defense right there.
Minnesota all set to go for its second drive. And no doubt still some disappointment internally, at least, after their last drive ended empty-handed following that missed field goal. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turn. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Cowboys scoop it up. Space on the right. He's got room. Hits the 20. And they finally drag him down, but not until after a very nice return. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. And I'm sure they all got a stern lecture on ball security between possessions after they fumbled it away on their last series. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. From the gun is Prescott. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
That drop ruins the payoff to a well-designed play. It got a man open, it beat the coverage. That's a call they can revisit in the future with hopefully a much better job finishing the catch.
Prescott now on 3rd down. Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Fields it, and he's going to run this one back for the end zone. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. And such an underrated return there. He snags the missed field goal, gets some good yardage before he steps out of bounds. The Vikings taking the field on offense. And they know they let points slip away with that fumble in the red zone, Brock. They're looking to get him back here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Second and 13. That throw behind his intended target.
That just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted, even on some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. He'll throw it. Defense is there, and he's going down. For the moment, we've got a sack. We do, though, have a flag to sort out first before we can lock that in. Well, the negative play makes it even easier to decline that flag, and that's going to bring up fourth down. Now we'll see Ryan Wright come on for the Vikings to punt this away on fourth. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. The Cowboys offense headed out there. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. To throw, Prescott. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. Really pushing the envelope on 2nd down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Looking for a touch. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
Cowboys punting it away here on 4th, and it's the longtime vet Brian Engeron now. Kick is away, and this one might bring rain. Wow, what a kick. And there was nobody down there to get it. Punt hit at the 7, but continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense back to the field now. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back to throw now. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. First time this game they've looked to him. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
3rd and long for him here. That's caught for the 1st. Still fighting forward. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings make it a 12-point game in the 1st. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Romo on to try the point after. And it's another miss. His second extra point that's been off the mark. So now after his second missed point after of the game, he's hoping to strike this one a little better as he kicks it away. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. So the penalty on the return doesn't do them any favors, Brock. A lot more field ahead of them here starting out. Throwing on first is Prescott. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Now we're on the counter. And the look outside yields no fruit. They make the stop near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on third down.
Simply nowhere to go on that counter play, Kate. Backside defenders took away one side, and they overwhelmed the blocking right in the middle.
Throw on third down. He's going to push one deep down. They connect on the deep shot. And he takes it into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys will reach pay dirt for the first time this game. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. Yeah. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. And the extra point is up, and it is good. And the Cowboys trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Ty Chandler to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Vikings now set to take the field. They threw it the whole way down the field on their last drive, and they'd welcome the same level of play on this series as well. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing it to start this drive. He's got him. That's Addison. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 36. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Cowboys scoop it up. And he's going to take it back. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys parlay the turnover into a lead. Like a freight train leaving the station after scooping off that fumble. Oh, he got moving on his way to the end zone, Brock. Nice hustle from the big man.
Is there anything more fun than seeing these big old human beings get their chance to get on a scoreboard? You see how it just ignites everybody.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. And that one is no good. Didn't even come very close to sneaking that one in, so leave that score as is. So following the missed point after, a chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. Chandler now on the return. This return makes it up to the 25. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones gets it. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. 16 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
And that one is dropped. Such great work to get all by himself, but he can't haul in the gimme, and that deep shot is missed. Wow. Couldn't connect with Jordan Addison. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Going with Jones on the ground. And he drives it up past the 45. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. Hockenson reels it in. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. They'll throw it. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, Keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Second down carry for Jones. And he gets some good yardage down to the 42. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
3rd down from the gun. Oh, he missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's 4th down.
You know, these 3rd and short situations, you rep them all the time. Snap after snap, rep after rep. You're expecting man-to-man coverage in that down and distance, and you're expecting to execute. That time on 3rd and short, they can't get the job done.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. So this one sails over the sideline, and they'll spot it where a touchback would go at the 20-yard line. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. And we'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Dak now from the gun. Pressure gets to him, and he goes down. That's a sack. We do have a marker down, but where it's at on the field, partner, that sure looks like it's in the neighborhood of holding. Well, that play went for negative yards anyway, so no need for them to accept that penalty. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. This one misses the tight end. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
I think everybody on the offense was already thinking about the next play to run as they watch that short little throw to the tight end. You really don't expect to see many of those gimmies dropped.
3rd and long, Prescott. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up 4th. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. And that's knocked away. The linebacker got him in the middle of the field, incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Another carry for him. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Brian Anger on now to punt. And he wants to hit his 2nd effort just as well as he hit his 1st. Absolutely crushed his 1st punt, and here's another huge one. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. And they'll try for better results this time around, Brock, after they had to punt it away last time out. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They kick the running back in motion. Connects with his back. Aaron Jones. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Brought down by Deron Bland. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. We've got a close one here. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. We're ready now for the second quarter to begin. Vikings in control of it. They still have 10 to go here. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, a gift to Jones. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Ryan Wright on to punt. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And this was pylon hunting for a moment, but it's over the goal line and out the side of the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboys about set to take over. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Prescott here from the gun. Ferguson there to bring it in. And he'll get it up to the 27.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 3 now. From the 27. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Prescott to throw. He's on the move. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a 1st. 5 yards on that play, and enough for a new set of downs.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Finds him over the middle. He's got a gain of 6 there. Shaq Griffin finishing that play off.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 37. Ferguson's got it, complete. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, I know it's tough to evaluate when you're playing at game speed when there's chaos all around you. But if he looked around, I'm not sure that's a throw he would make again. Even one of the biggest targets, big old tight end, couldn't fight back to the line of scrimmage.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Throwing now from the gun. He beams one deep right side. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. Looking for his wide receiver there. And they're up against it. 4th down coming up.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. The Vikings and Aaron Jones headed back out there on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. This is Jones. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Jones once more. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. This is Jones on the handoff. And again, they stall him out at the line. He couldn't get it.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Minnesota lined up in punt formation. Kavontae Turpin on the return for the Cowboys. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. And that hit at the 5, but got the bounce it needed to reach the end zone for a touchback. Another drive coming up for this offense. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! It's picked out by the Vikings, going the other way! And Minnesota returns this to the end zone. Touchdown! The Vikings capitalize on that turnover and take the lead. Great time to bring some extra pressure off that snap, and that made all the difference in getting that fumble and the defensive score.
I could hear it in your voice. I think you saw it coming. I saw it coming. I think even the crowd saw it coming.
Yep.
But that quarterback did not see that blitz coming, and boy, did it pay dividends.
Romo on to try the point after. And another one is no good. What a disaster this has been, Bronk. That is his 3rd missed PAT in this ball game. No time just yet to figure out what's going wrong. After another miss, he's got to stay out there and send this one away. Returning from the 18-yard line. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. Here comes their offense out again. From the gun is Prescott. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That play good for 17 on a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, It's taking advantage of a matchup you planned for, and you go out and execute.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They'll run here on first down. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag. So they catch the illegal block in the back, Brock, and that's rare that we see the clipping call. It's a dangerous play. It's rightfully going to back up this offense. They're trying an option play, left side on first down. And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. About 4 yards on that carry. It's going to be second down for him.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss, some really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
The give here on second. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
When you don't have great success on first down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune third down situation.
Back-to-back carries here. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. And no surprise here, they decline the flag because the play got a first down, so they're going to happily let it stand. They'll run here following the penalty. And he'll get down to the 21-yard line before he stopped. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
From the 21. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. The intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. And that leaves him with 3rd and short.
True story, Kate. After practice one time, the head coach in the NFL said, "I'm done with my fault. I'm done with my bad. No more of that tapping on your chest." That was an example of the quarterback delivering a perfect pass. And the receiver, do your job.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. From the left hash, a 40-yard look. And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And they're going to stay down by 5.
Well, there's certainly never, ever a guarantee from that distance, but that's one you'd expect to be in your kicker's range. You hate to have a drive come away with nothing, but that's exactly what happened.
Now this offense getting set to work here. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. First and 10 now from the 30. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Couldn't connect across the middle. It's an incomplete pass.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They're throwing it. Pass is caught by Addison. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Throwing now on first down. Has his man. It's Addison. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Has the connection to Jones. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. But one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Another turnover. This time it's an interception. And the Cowboys put together a wonderful return. Gets him back inside the 40 following the interception.
I know he started to play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
This offense getting all set for this series. And they're set up well inside of enemy territory. They've got a short field after that pick. New set of downs for him at the 38. First and 10, Prescott. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
You know, anytime you see a player tapping his chest, I'm not a great lip reader, but I know exactly what that says. My bad. My fault. Quarterback delivers him a good ball. He knows that's one he should have caught.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Throwing again is Dak. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Another throw for Prescott. And this is incomplete. Could have been a touchdown, but all it is now is a third down.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
Prescott now on third down. Complete beyond the marker. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards them with a first and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
4 downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Here's second and goal from the 6. Here's Prescott. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. Third down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Third and goal, Prescott. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
I'll tell you this, Kate, that's where you got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute, both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play call back.
Gay's kick is good, and that trims the lead to just a couple.
I can't imagine how lonely that kicker's been on the sidelines. We know they kind of operate on their own anyway, but when you've missed 3 kicks, man, no one's been looking at him. And it's nice to see him finally deliver on his 4th opportunity.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. Chandler now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Now outruns their offense to take over. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 28. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down. They'll run the draw with Jones. And he's swallowed up by one of the big guys up front right at the line. Stopped at the line, and that forces them into a 4th and long.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force 4th and long.
On again comes Ryan Wright for another punt. And he's been getting all of it every time out. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. And he got a little too much leg into that one. That's a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity, no doubt. This ball's coming out to the 20. The offense getting set to go. And they settled for a chip shot field goal last time, Brock. You got to think they want to be able to finish it off and reach the end zone here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! It's picked out by the Vikings, going the other way! And Minnesota returns this to the end zone. Touchdown! The Vikings grow their lead off the turnover. I think they would have happily just taken the turnover, Brock, but how about the wherewithal of the defender to take it back for the score?
Yeah, that is a scoop and score in the definition of a splash play defensively. You don't just rip possession away from the offense, you kind of rip their heart out too. You rip possession, you turn it into points, and now that beleaguered offense is going to have to get right back on the field.
Romo on to try the point after. And again, he whiffs on the point after. Oh, baby, the yips have hit in full force here. That is his 4th missed extra point in this game. No time just yet to figure out what's going wrong. After another miss, he's got to stay out there and send this one away. Return starts from the 16. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice return there. Their offense running back out now. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Dak now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Headed out right. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That is now the 5th sack this offense has had to endure in the first half alone. We're on a double-digit pace here. And I'll tell you what, I know how these defensive coordinators work. They can feel the blood in the water. They are not going to stop getting after this quarterback until this offense can find a way to protect itself.
We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. And it's the Cowboys in a very tough spot on 2nd and long. Trying again following the sack. Oh no, he lost control of another one. It's picked out by the Vikings, going the other way.
I'll tell you, Kate, by now, I think it's as much between the ears problem as it is anything technical ball security problem. After 3 fumbles in a game, he's got to get his head on right there on the sidelines before they will ever trust him to hang on the ball again.
Back out runs their offense. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic 1st down. Looking for a throw here. And he can't hang on. Touchdown in his arms, but it slips through. 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. They'll try and throw it here. This one's caught. And he's going to be marked down 5 yards short of that first.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on the throw, that's a go-to route to target.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Setting up a throw. Oh, no, he lost control of another one. And the Cowboys scoop it up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, they like to say about sports, it's 90% mental. Well, right now with this runner, after 3 fumbles, it's 100% mental. You got to hang on to the football. It's in his head right now, and it just can't happen.
The offense headed back to the field. They're trailing, but there's enough time, Brock, that they could get a scoring drive to attack that here before the break. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Prescott here from the gun. He throws a bullet deep to the right side. No luck finding his receiver that time. And it sets up 2nd down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Dak. Wow, it's free again! But I believe the Cowboys were the first to the football. They were, so they keep possession. So a crisis averted a moment ago, but their reward, a really tough 3rd down here. The give now out of the shotgun. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Minnesota spends its 2nd timeout here. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. They'll go with another punt, which brings Brian Anger back to the field. Brandon Powell on the return for the Vikings. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60+. The Vikings with a football here late in the half. And up by 8, not expecting them to get too aggressive this close to halftime. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Short pass brought in. And he gets it up close to the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 24. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Pretty easy to see here. He just simply takes off before he gets full possession, and that is a drop. It's kind of like when a receiver gets a handoff. You got to secure the ball first before you can make anything else happen.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. Wow, it's free again! And the Cowboys scoop it up. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
3rd down, you could see he may have been trying to simply do too much to help his side. It loosened his hold on the ball and gave that defense a chance to knock it free. Instead of facing 4th down, they're off the field completely.
This offense making its way back out now. They have time to look to the end zone first here before they send the field goal unit out. A chance to pay off their defense's effort as they start out 1st and goal. Dowdle is in. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys earn the chance to tie before halftime. For the point after, here's Aubrey. Fields it and starts the return from the end zone. And it's a turnover. The defense has it. And they'll take him down here right at the 8-yard line. We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. It's Brandon Powell with the return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. The Vikings getting one more drive here before the break. They're up by just 2, so you have to think they just want to get to the locker room. "19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it. They'll throw to begin this drive. Able to find Jones. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Brought down by Deron Bland. So at the end of 2, the Vikings playing Road Warriors here. They've got the lead. Now we'll send you east to our studios in Orlando. That's where Jonathan Coachman is waiting to bring you the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. Powell now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Out come the Vikings for the debut possession of our second half. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they can really use some more points on this drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it. And we'll move to the next.
Second down now, 7 to go. Now looking to throw. Has the connection to Hawkinson. It's again at 27 yards to move the chains.
Just excellent effort on that catch. And a lightning quick transition from bringing that football in to getting vertical. He was not content for a second to end that play where he caught it. Any catch he makes, his intent is to put some serious yards on top of it.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Man in motion here. Here's 2nd and 11. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
That was simply a case of not enough time available to let that play develop. That throw was out so quick, and he wasn't able to reel it in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Here's a throw. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the third down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
The Vikings getting their punt team out. And this will mark his 5th kick of the night. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. The Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott ready to get back to work. And there's a couple of moments we're seeing here that I think he's not going to want to be reminded of after this game. Turnovers have just interrupted his performance in this one. Made it really tough for him and this team to get into and stay in any kind of rhythm. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. First down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby. But you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run. It may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Vikings defense countering with a nickel look. Third down coming. From the gun is Prescott. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Vikings are hauled down on the return at the 45-yard line. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback. But exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
The Vikings taking the field on offense. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this third quarter. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. They motion a receiver left. Play action on 1st down. Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. Picked off by Eric Kendricks. And the Cowboys twist the knife after that interception. Wow, they took it all the way back to the 20-yard line before being stopped.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
The Cowboys offense headed out there. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he doesn't get this one very far, down to only about the 18. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Back to the well again. And this one's going to come to a stop down at the 13-yard line. We got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, hits Prescott. Oh, no, they get him yet again. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. Well, no surprises here. They decline the holding call and hang on to the interception. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. A give left side to Jones. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Here's 2nd and 2. Able to find Hawkinson. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. He's going to throw this one. Wow, it's free again! And the Cowboys scoop it up. And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover.
You know, Kate, we talk about these wide receivers all the time and their incredible body control, but I'll say this, these pass rushers in this day and age, the body control they have to get home on these sacks, but more importantly, to create these strip sacks is so hard to do, and that is a master's class in how to take the ball away. Well done.
Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. And the last 2 drives have been teaching tape for that defense, Brock, and probably have earned this offense a lecture in the near future as well. Just haven't been able to take care of that football.
Yeah, I just kind of want to focus on those guys, everything they're doing on that side, because the humble pie this offense has eaten, it's been a tough watch.
Throwing on first is Prescott.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Here's Dak. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Now here's Prescott. Ferguson's got it, complete. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense. Finally some justice for the quarterbacks. They're so rarely protected in today's game, Brock. The refs saw roughing the passer, and his side gets a first down plus some yardage.
You take it down a notch, all right? You haven't been hit by the guys in this league. And you got to protect these poor, fragile quarterbacks. In this case, move the sticks as well.
It's a pickup of 11. And that's good for a Cowboys first down. First down, here's Dak. On the move, headed right. And he will score. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys parlay the turnover into a lead. It's a Dak Prescott touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
And the extra point is no good. So potentially a key tally kept off the scoreboard, Brock. Going to see how and if this comes into play later in the second half. No time just yet to figure out what's going wrong. After another miss, he's got to stay out there and send this one away. Chandler now on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Vikings offense back to the field now. And this drive would be a win if they can just hang on to the football, Brock, coming off those back-to-back turnovers. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Has a man, Justin Jefferson. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 24 on that play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. They go play action on first. Has the connection to Jones. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Cowboys territory.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 46. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
Back now, pressure on its way. And down he goes. The Cowboy defense gets it done. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Let's be real clear. There is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes. And it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And this one's out of the side of the end zone. Was trying to get that precise aim, but he was off the mark. It's going to be a touchback. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. And they were not blessed with the short field they got on their prior drive. This one is a world away as they begin deep on their own side. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Dak to the air here. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Play brought to an end by Jonathan Grenard.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Getting out to his left. He tucks it and takes off. And they had that one contained right at the line. That tackle made by Blake Cashman.
What an excellent job there by the defense. Once he gets out on the move, to be able to corral and contain him and not give up any yards. So often a unit can't keep that contained, and a play like that will go for a big gain.
Putting a receiver in motion. Prescott now on 3rd down. That's going to be caught by Cooks. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Dak now from the gun. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Byron Murphy picks it. And forget the interception, he makes this a pick-6 touchdown. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure. But instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
Romo on to try the point after. Extra point, not too confident, but it had enough to go. And the Vikings push their lead to 3. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick-6. Returning in from the 16. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick-6. Need short memories here as they head back out. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Back to the air. Prescott after that pick. Finds him over the middle. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Ivan Pace able to make the stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Here's the long back on the handoff. And this is going to be a short carry that just reaches the 40. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Another carry for him. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a gain of 4. And it'll be first down, Dallas.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Going to the ground again on first. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Prescott here from the gun. Catch made by Cooks. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Always a point of emphasis, right? Protecting the quarterbacks, and that play is going to draw the flag every time. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB could run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Let's see what they dial up on a 2nd and very long. Trying again following the sack. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll try and run this. It's out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. Not on the same page with his tight end. So that brings up 4th and long.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. And they are unable to tie up this contest.
Gosh, it didn't look like anything was wrong with that snap or hold either. He just rushed it a bit, and it winds up off the mark.
The Vikings ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Pass is caught by Addison. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. On the carry, this is Jones. And they take him down right along the 30. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the 1st.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Staying on the ground with Jones. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 27. Doesn't have the hook up there. Incomplete pass.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throwing from the gun. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
And he missed it. It's no good. And they are unable to double their lead.
Oh, you feel for kickers in situations like this. The loneliest guy in the building. Sometimes you forget those goalposts. They're only 18 feet 6 inches wide. And this time he might have rushed things a little, and it winds up no good.
The Cowboys and running back Rico Dowdle back out now. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Back to throw. Here's Dak. It's caught. Ferguson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the gun is Prescott. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. That's one he knows he should have had. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
You know, he might complete 99 out of 100 of those short, simple routes to the tight ends. Even the shortest and simplest of throws, well, it's due to end up in a drop at some point.
Prescott now to throw on 3rd down. This finds Cooks, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. The Cowboys have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. They'll come up 1st and 10. Now Dak to throw. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
Hey, listen, drops happen in football. It is a part of the game, even for the very best. Nothing more to do about it now than shake it off and move forward, because the next throw might be coming right back your way.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's stopped down at the 16 after a small gain. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. Here's Prescott. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
You know, the goal on a lot of these short throws is to simply let the receiver create some yards after the catch, that yak. Well, I think he was thinking about the yak before he actually secured the catch.
So a big kick coming up for Brandon Aubrey. It's from the left hash, 33 yards. He didn't get enough into it. Oh, it just comes down shy of the crossbar. And they are unable to tie up this contest.
Kate, he's going to need a lot of support from his teammates after that one because he knows it. Everybody knows it. The game may have rested on that try, and that'll be one that's tough not to dwell on.
The Vikings now set to take the field. They left a few on the table their last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal try that missed the mark. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. They did it! He made the interception! Picked off by Eric Kendricks. And the Cowboys have some new life in the 4th.
This is a time that the communication upstairs from the booth, Kate, down to the field, it starts to get just a little bit hot. These eyes in the sky, they've got to help this quarterback try to see the field because right now, with the 3rd interception, man, he is killing his team.
The Cowboys about set to take over. And no doubt still some disappointment internally, at least, after their last drive ended empty-handed following that missed field goal. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back-to-back carries here. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. They get about 4 there. Need a little more than that now on 3rd and 6.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
And the Vikings add an extra defensive back for this 3rd down. To throw is Prescott. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Had that one, but just couldn't see it through. And now they're staring at a 4th down.
I love the thought there and the idea. Get your guy in space. But he can't make anything happen until he catches it cleanly first.
He didn't get enough into it. Oh, it just comes down shy of the crossbar. And they are unable to tie up this contest.
Looked like the snap was good. No issues with the hold. But sometimes that plant foot, it just slides on you a little. And these kickers, man, they are so finicky. One little breakdown in mechanics, and the kick winds up off target.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air.
Hey, listen, drops happen in football, even from the best at every level. Nothing more to do but shake it off and move forward, because the next throw might be right back your way.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Counterplay, Jones. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
To the air, 3rd and long. Jones reels it in. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep it short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And that's well into the end zone, so a missed chance to stick them near the goal line. Instead, they're going to have the ball at the 20. Another drive coming up for this offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. Ferguson's got it, complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Working from the pistol, Prescott has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now here's Prescott. Wow, wide open here, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Dak throwing again. Completed over the middle. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4. Second and 6 coming up here. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that takes them to 3rd down.
Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he's able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
Prescott now on 3rd down. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Dallas. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the second half and puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
Now a try to go up by 4, put it out of the range of a field goal. And he didn't get it. Oh, the kick is no good. That leaves the door open for a field goal now to tie this game. No time just yet to figure out what's going wrong. After another miss, he's got to stay out there and send this one away. Powell now to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. They find themselves down here in the 4th after that touchdown. This game could end up depending on how they respond right here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 29. Wow, it's free again! And the Cowboys scoop it up. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
You're using this play to try for a 1st down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for 3rd down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
This offense getting all set for this series. And the turnover puts them right back out there. Just a few plays since they scored that touchdown.
Well, they didn't get much time to rest, but guess what, Kate? That defense didn't get much time to rest either. Now you can go in attack mode while they're still shaking off that last touchdown.
A chance to pay off their defense's effort as they start out 1st and goal. Throwing now following the turnover. Rolling left, but oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Oh, 1st and goal, you take a sack. I got nothing good to say about that, so let me flip it over on the other side where you got everything good to say. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to get them behind the sticks. You want to knock them backwards, and now you put a whole lot more pressure on that offense to respond.
Headed in the wrong direction, Brock, as they take 2nd and goal now from the 13. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Prescott here from the gun. And he can't reel it in. Incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And that brings up 4th and goal.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
So a big kick coming up for Brandon Aubrey. A pretty automatic look for him from the left. He's going to take this one from the end zone. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. And he gets this one up to the 10-yard line. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. And I'm sure they all got a stern lecture on ball security between possessions after they fumbled it away on their last series. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
2nd and 3 now. Jones once more. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful. Looking to the air here. Has the connection to Hutchinson. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
On now comes their punter. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. The Cowboys are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Dak to the air here. Buys time, rolling right. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. 1st and 10, Prescott. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So that brings up 2nd down. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that. Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Dak now from the gun. They did it! He made the interception! Picked up by Stephon Gilmore. And the Vikings have some new life in the 4th.
This is a lonely place. And I don't know how many walking the planet have thrown 5 picks, but I'll raise my hand. I did it in an Apple Cup. And it is a lonely, humbling feeling. Everything that could go wrong, well, it's gone wrong for this quarterback today, and I hope that's the last time we see him throw a pass in this one.
Here comes their offense out again. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. They've got a man in motion. The give inside to Akers. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
2nd and 10 now. Hawkins, we've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. Almost the impact play this defense was searching for, but they could only get half the job done, partner. Fumble forced, but they couldn't recover.
I'll tell you what else it forces, though. That coordinator, that play caller on the other side, now got a little bit of doubt about his ball handlers. Got to have better ball security than that.
Throw on 3rd down. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Punt team on the field. Somebody give this guy a break as he sends his 10th punt away. And this will fly out of bounds to deny a return. They're going to mark it a little before the 20. The offense headed back to the field. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Dak out of the pistol. And he's touched down about 5 yards shy of that 1st down marker.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Escapes the pocket. Wow, it's free again! It's picked out by the Vikings, going the other way!
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
Now this offense getting set to work here. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson, so it'll be 2nd down.
You know, quarterback's going to count on 99 of 100 times completing that short, simple route to a tight end. But even the shortest and simplest of throws, they'll find a drop at some point, too.
Back to the air here on 2nd and 10. This will be caught by Akers. And he's brought down, but there's some laundry on the field. Well, you know this better than most, Brock. Screens normally leave some rushers to come free, but still, it's not often you get roughing the passer on one.
No, it isn't, but I think of Tom Brady. To me, not only the greatest QB sneaker in the game, but he was one of the great screen masters, too. He understood how to sell a screen, draw those defenders to him, and like the QB did right there, sometimes they'll even tee off and you get the penalty. Time and again, receivers will tell their quarterbacks, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just throw it up and give me the opportunity. Well, in this case, with even 2 defenders trying to cover that wide receiver, couldn't get it done.
Shotgun handoff to Akers. And they take him down, but he's able to get this inside the red zone. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach third down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on third and short.
He'll throw it. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. It was there, he just couldn't corral it. And now they're left with fourth and short.
You know, that's one of those cases, and we see it at every level. He simply took off before he got full possession, and that's simply a drop.
John Parker Romo now. Let's see how he handles this moment. It's a 36-yard look from the left hash. Tracking for it, and it's good! And in the fourth quarter, that's going to tie the game.
I don't think I've ever played golf with a professional kicker that was bad at the game. And I think, Kate, it's for this reason. They're able to flush away bad shots. He was able to flush away his 2 missed kicks to deliver right here when it mattered.
Here's Romo to handle the kickoff. Kick taken in here at the 17. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. This offense making its way back out now. And their defense held up after that fumble. Only gave up 3, so time for this offense to make it up to them. Get some points of their own. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They give it to him again. And he's held up short of midfield after a small gain. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Dallas. Cowboys pushing to get within range for a game winner. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. From the gun is Prescott. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. He'll look to throw it. Oh my goodness, it's intercepted! And the Vikings have it once again after yet another interception.
That throw has got to be the last we've seen of him this contest. I'm just not sure how they leave him in when the defense is clearly all over whatever he's trying to throw. The amount of frustration he is feeling is only going to lead to additional miscues. Please, for the love of God, take this man out.
Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And we'll see how aggressive they get to try and end this game in regulation, or if overtime is on the horizon. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive, 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Setting up to pass. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, the defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating third and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
Stays upright. And even on third down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be fourth down.
So many coaches love third downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Punt team on, and they'll send this one away. The offense getting set to go. And even with some time left, Brock, a long ways to go to get into range for a game winner. They're going to need to move it in a hurry. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Back to throw. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete. Intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. So it's second down coming up.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Again on second and 10, Prescott. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Looking to throw it. And that one's incomplete. For now, he brings up fourth. Let's see what this penalty flag is all about. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the late, great Dennis Green. He said it perfectly. We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook.
He can't hang on to the pass. And that'll bring up second down. Another throw for Prescott. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's first and 10. Dak throwing again. He's on the move. He can run it. Wow, it's free again. It's picked up by the Vikings going the other way. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
There are so many fundamental details play the quarterback position, especially in the pocket. But you get loose, you make a nice little run, you get in the open field, you gotta have the fundamentals to tuck that ball away. QB doesn't, defender knocks it out. Huge turn of events.
The Vikings and Aaron Jones headed back out there on offense. And they need to get it to at least that 40-yard line to have a shot at the game winner. But there's enough time remaining to work it even closer if things go right. So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Has him on the quick hitter. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. Two timeouts remaining and some time left to use them. It's 1st and 10. Pass play coming here. Throwing deep for the end zone. And that's a catch. It's a touchdown. They've got the lead in the final minute. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal, but you do have to ask the question, did they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
Romo on to try the point after. And it's no good. Not the time you want to see the extra point off the mark here in a one-score game in the 4th. No time just yet to figure out what's going wrong. After another miss, he's got to stay out there and send this one away. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott ready to get back to work. And his effectiveness hasn't been limited to what he can do with his arm this season. On that last drive, he reached a significant mark for his efforts on the ground as well. They're out and set, 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. On target to his back, Rico Dowdle. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays on the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
Second down now, 7 to go. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. So there's the timeout called, and we're going to see if they think there's enough time for 2 plays or just one last snap. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's Dak. This is for the ball game. It's intercepted. That will do it. That's no way to end the game, right, Brock? Can't have a defensive penalty on the final play, so an untimed down coming up. This is for the ball game. connected. Oh, but they couldn't bring it in off the tip drill, though. They had the chance they wanted, Brock, but no, that's how this one's going to end. So the Vikings pick up the win on the road. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So for Brock Eward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings emerge as winners as we say so long from Dallas.